And hello, movie lovers, and welcome to the show. So we are back again. We're going to be talking about Shaun of the Dead. So, with further ado, let's go on ahead. Let's get on with it. I have Tomeka here with me. We're going to be talking about this scene by scene. So let's go on ahead and talk about Shaun of the Dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Sorry, I had to do a lasagna.
Oh my God.
Brains. Okay. So, how are you doing, Tomeka?
I think I'm doing good. I don't think anybody has clicked away from us.
I don't think so. If it is, it's a little too late and they're missing some great comedy. That's all I got to say.
Right. This is comedy gold stuff right here. Come on.
Exactly. So I just want to say welcome back again. We just got done doing our Night of the Living Dead review, and you introduced me to that film.
Guess who's back? That's all I can
back.
Say. That's all
back
I can
again.
Say.
Rub my back. Okay, no.
We got to pay for the rest. That's all I can say.
So, anyways, welcome back to the show. I do appreciate you coming back on to do this review with me. And this is actually my first time seeing Shaun of the Dead. And now she's very disappointed in me.
Very disappointed. Tell them what else you didn't see.
I also didn't see not Land of the Dead. I haven't seen. I just said it just a few minutes ago. Now I have a brain fart. Now that you put
Hot Fuzz.
Hot Fuzz. Yeah, Hot Fuzz. There you go. Yeah, I also haven't seen Hot Fuzz either. So I'm definitely gonna have to go back.
You gotta see at the end of the world's end. I think that's the other one they did. But anyway.
Okay. But yeah, I think was this. So when was the first time you've seen Shaun of the Dead?
It's been about a decade.
How did you get introduced to Shaun of the Dead?
A friend. Yeah, a friend. She introduced me to it because and then she introduced me to a TV show Simon Pegg and Nick Frost were in too, where they were living in an apartment building. And I think some of those people in this movie were in that TV show as well, which I forgot because I got the TV show. But yeah, she introduced me to that. Then she introduced me to Hot Fuzz and then Shaun of the Dead. And I was like, what is this foolishness? This is great.
You see, to be honest with you, I remember seeing the previews for this. And I'm like, I don't know. I've seen Scary Movie. I've seen stuff like that. And I was like, do I really want to sit through something like this? And then today I discovered, yes, I did want to sit through something like this. Because I absolutely love this movie.
Good. It's a very good cleanse palette from yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday's review of Night of the Living Dead was definitely, I have to say, it's very depressing by the time you get at the end of that film. But this is a little bit more of an uplift, to be honest with you. And I'm actually glad that I got to see this for the first time. And thank you for introducing me to this movie, because otherwise I probably wouldn't have checked it out until now. You're
welcome. And I introduce you to more.
Okay, I do appreciate that.
Yes.
So, okay, guys. So this is what we're going to be doing here. Okay. So, hey there, you zombie-fied listeners. Welcome to Shaun of the Dead Heads, the podcast that's just like Shaun, except we've had our coffee and are ready to tackle the apocalypse with a laugh.
Hey, I'm Tomeka. I'm not just here for fish and chips. I ad-libbed. Free chips and a
pint. And I'm John, your guide through the Winchester, or at least through this hilarious review of Shaun of the Dead.
Grab your cricket bats and get ready to smash some zombies and break some jokes. Because we're going to dissect every hilarious moment of this Zomcom masterpiece.
Yes, most definitely. We're ready to smash it up. as you would say. And I just want to say this: the very opening of this, I really enjoyed it. But we're gonna get into the plot line itself.
We still got some more, don't we?
No.
No. Okay, got it.
So she's new here. I'm joking.
Okay.
But anyways, but this is what the initial plot is. So Shaun is an appliance salesman who is going nowhere in life. He follows a mundane routine, and his girlfriend Liz is devastated with their relationship, primarily because it revolves around going to the Winchester, Shaun's favorite pub. He also has issues with his hated stepfather Philip. His increasingly unhappy flatmate Pete, and devastating job where his younger co-workers show him no respect. Following a broken promise to do something special for their anniversary, Liz dumps Shaun. Shaun decides to drown his sorrows at the pub with his other flatmate, Ed, his best friend. After a night of drinking, he has epiphany and resolves to a sort of life out. So I definitely like the opening to this because it's like day-to-day life, right? Where we all feel like zombies in some kind of way. You get to see that being played out in this film where you see people on their cell phones, they're texting. This is way before social media became a thing on our cell phones where we're just basically just texting. And that's pretty much what it is because back then Facebook was only stuff that was on the webpage. It wasn't where you can take it with you.
Yeah.
So I definitely like that aspect to it where we all get lost in this autopilot kind of life of doing the same things over and over again, kind of like a Groundhog's Day kind of feel to life. And that's what I got out of this, where Shaun just doesn't notice anything that's around him or anything like that. He ends up going over to this this place all the time that he winds up going to, this little convenience store. And it's like a day-to-day thing between him and the owner. But before that, we're also introduced to his roommates and stuff. But what did you think of the opening?
The opening was very familiar because it's it's that mundane day-to-day interaction. You just walking around and you're like, I feel like a zombie, go to work, pay bills, go to the convenience store, hang out with my friend. It's like a checklist. So that that part was very funny. It made me think too, like if we were in a zombie apocalypse, would we even notice, like Shaun? Like, would we just think, man, would we be that oblivious to what's around us, basically?
I think we would, because here's the thing. The thing that I like whenever he first wakes up, though, too, is whenever he's like, feels like you said, you feel like a zombie. He's like, ugh. He walks. But I think you're right, though, about one thing, though. I think we would react in the same way as Shaun would, because we're oblivious to everything that's around us. Oh, we're like, okay, well, this crazy homeless person is just acting crazy, for example, and that's all he is. And then also too, you also have to think about the friend that lives upstairs though too. He's like, oh, I got bitten. And if you think about it in that context, well, he got bitten by some crazy person, and therefore it's just like one of those things that are not normal. But it's like, okay, well, he got treated and got checked out at the ER, so no big deal, kind of thing. And I like how it's like, well, we kind of just shrug our shoulders at it, where it's basically, well, life goes on. We're just going to continue doing what we normally do, and that's just life. So that's how I took it with Shaun. And like you said, at the convenience store, he just goes on ahead, goes in there, he starts joking around with the owner, and and just having his conversation between them two, like it was another normal day.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then my other favorite thing though too is his other roommate is just like a lazy person that just doesn't do anything. And Shaun just sticks his neck out for the guy over and over again every single time when his other roommate's like, look, he needs to go on ahead, get himself a job. He needs to get his shit together or else he's out. Just look, man, he has a job selling weed.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, you sold weed? Yeah, when we were in college and you were 23.
Yeah. He only did it once.
But I like that thing though. If you think about it, it's like, okay, so you're now in your 30s and you're still doing the same things that you did as if you were when you were like 21.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, you're supposed to not do those things that you were doing because now you're older. But you're choosing to live in the way that you used to do things.
Yeah, it's like a lot of growing pains going on because even when Shaun was in charge and he had all these 17-year-olds under him and they were like, you're just a grandpa. He's like, I'm 29. He's like, what you did with your life?
Hold on one second. Then, remember, he's like, hold on one second, and he's
Yeah.
actually on the phone during this meeting that Shaun's having about appliances.
Yeah. How was that? Okay, continue. I was like, what?
My supervisor would actually fire me right then and there for even pulling my phone out, to be honest
Yeah,
with
during
you.
a meeting. Yeah.
Right. But I also like how they have their own hangout spot and things like that too. And it's their day-to-day thing of just talking and having that friendship. But Liz is just tired of the day-to-day routine of doing something like that. She wants something more in her life than that. And Shaun winds up forgetting to book the dinner that they were supposed to have.
It's
And yeah.
so relatable, either side, just like I said, his girlfriend wanted something more. She wanted the relationship to go to the next level, and he's still stuck behind where he was at 21. Just
Well, not like
playing video
21,
games
right?
or whatever. Yeah,
But not just at 21, but he's just like, he's used to the relationship to where they still do the same things every single day
yeah,
with her and him. And he's comfortable in that. While
yes,
Liz is now wanting more. She wants a future with Shaun, but Shaun is just stuck in this thing where basically you just can't pull him out of it because he's just used to his day-to-day life and he's comfortable with it.
yeah. And if you see the film in the beginning, you're like, oh, okay, it's just like a regular type of rom-com comedy, and the zombies and everything else just happens to be the background.
Right, just kind of secondary in a sense.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
But I like how he winds up getting flowers, supposed to be getting flowers for his mom. And then and he winds up trying to apologize to Liz. He goes, look, she goes, well, what happened to the reservations? He goes, well, there was a little bit of a complication with the reservation. Somebody got our table.
Yeah.
You mean you didn't book it? No, I didn't
No.
book it. And I like how he looks to his friend for advice. So where would you go ahead and eat at if I were you? He goes, the Winchester. The Winchester don't.
He asking the friend that don't have a girlfriend, where would you
Please,
take
video-
your girlfriend? Got it. And yes, he was holding him back in life.
He was. And I like how the other friend is like, get your shit together. And that was like one of his final things that he said before to the zombie.
Yeah. At least he said something to him before he kicked the bucket.
Right. But yeah, and then, after that winds up happening, Liz winds up going over to her friend's apartment and everything. And we see that the scene being played out with Shaun. He's like, let me in. No, I'm not going to let you in. We're done. I broke up with you. He goes, just let me in. I need to talk. I want to apologize. No, we're done. And he goes, hold on, I'm coming up. And all I can think of is like Clueless with, not Clueless, but what's that? Clarissa Explains It All with the ladder with the neighbor.
Yes.
All I wanted was that one scene where basically you have the theme song of her next door neighbor coming up the fire escape.
Man. Oh my God. You took it way old school.
Yeah, I would not. But then Shaun comes over there, heavy breathing, and goes, look, I'm sorry. Look, I got you these flowers. Why does it say mom on it? Because I was just thinking of how you said the other night that you think of our relationship as like I'm a mama's boy, and I thought it would be a great laugh. Because these were for your mom, wasn't it? Wasn't it? Yeah, it was for my mom.
Man, the fact he even tried to play it off.
And then he goes back over to the pub and throws the flowers away.
Yeah.
After that.
Well, can we mention too how this film is relatable, minus the zombies, the relationship stuff, and then her friends butting in, and they're like, "Well, when was the last time you took her somewhere, Shaun? Huh? When was this? What you do for your last anniversary? What you do for this? What you do for that?" He's like,
and then he looks at the other guy. That's supposed to be her girlfriend's boyfriend, because you're just standing up for her because you're in love with her. No, I'm not.
No, I'm not. Who told you that? No, I'm not.
Total deniability. You could definitely tell that he has that awkwardness of him lying.
Yeah, and he was way too into their relationship. So you could tell he was in love with her.
Yes, definitely infatuated with her.
Yeah.
But yeah, then after that winds up happening, we have, unfortunately, the revelation comes at the same time as an uprising of the undead who begin to attack the devourer of the living. Shaun comes to realize the gravity of the situation after having a close shave with a zombie. Shaun, along with Ed, proceeds to rescue his loved ones. Shaun and Ed decide to take Liz along with Barbara, Philip and Liz's friend David, and Diane to the Winchester pub to survive the plague. But before that, I want to talk about this other thing that happens, though, where, him and Peter having that conversation. It's like, Winchester's a great place to actually have a date. There's a bunch of people that you don't even know about. And he's then just making up bios about these people in the pub. Which is something that we do, though, too. Like, I find myself doing that when I see somebody, and I just make up a backstory of who they are. Do you do that or no?
No, I don't. I don't do that. I think my parents do that, and they just make up names for people. And like, look at
I'm 65 years old.
My parents be like, "Look at Shrimp Boy over there." I'm like, "Shrimp Boy? What?" I tell you what, eat my food. What are we talking about other people?
Me, I just make up a bio of them. I said, what do you think they were? What kind of job they had or relationships they have? What do you think the conversation is? And then me and one of my friends will start thinking about what the conversation that they other people that they're having.
Oh my gosh, not you too.
Yeah. But I definitely like that aspect to it. And then, then you also have the confrontation between Shaun's stepfather and him. Do you know that they don't get along? Mm-hmm. Because he's like, when's the last time you seen your mom? And then that's what made him want to go see her.
Yeah, he came to the store. Yeah, he came to Shaun's store and turned around. Everything kind of led up to the zombie apocalypse. Like we were saying, how people slow and whatever else. And I was, this time around, since I saw it, I just focused in on the background.
You know what? I found myself doing that too, though, because I'm definitely
good.
Yeah. Like, I don't know what it is when it comes down to dialogue and camera angles. I always look in the background, and especially with this film, because of the fact that it has like a beat for beat of a zombie apocalypse of stuff that we recognize it from. So therefore, we're that much engaged into the background of like, is there going to be a zombie that pops up in the background? What's going on? You definitely see some aspects of that, especially when Shaun's looking out the window of the bus. And it just happens to be a homeless guy walking, kind of weird. But I do like how him and Pete are walking home too, and they're singing a song, and then the zombies go, ugh.
Yeah, the zombies on beat with their song because they're both drunk. Man, it was just so weird that scene, that other scene too, where he started to realize there was an apocalypse, but he asked his friend, "You want something from the store?" And it is this long camera angle shot of him going across the street to the store, and then you see zombies in the background. You're just oblivious. And I assume the audience is like, hello, it's an apocalypse. And he opened the door and there's like bloody handprints and he doesn't even see it.
No.
And then he slips on blood. He's like, oh, what was that? I'm like, wait. I would have been like, oh my God, there's blood here.
And then he's just going on casually about his life. And then also, too, you see everything in disarray, though, too, when he's walking down the street, where you have the red, you actually have a red light that's down. You see a stop sign that's all this disarray around him, and he's oblivious to it, like it's just a day-to-day thing, like he normally does. And he goes, "Hey, I forgot what the convenience guy's store name is, but he's like, hey, Mr. So-and-so, well, I guess I don't see you today, but I'm leaving you my money. Have a good day." And then here he is in the background. The dude's in the background. He's like,
Oh, the funniest part where I smacked my, where I did kind of like this moment was when the homeless guy came up to him as a zombie. He's like, I don't got no change, mate. I barely got something for myself.
Because remember at the very beginning, the homeless guy did come up to him and he did give him some money, and then that's whenever the next day it's like the same routine. The same homeless guy is still collecting money from the same people.
That's what we mentioned yesterday about level 1 zombies. They still got some memory function because the zombie even held his hand out like.
But I definitely love that. I definitely love how that scene is played out, and then like you said, whenever he's getting the drink and everything, the blood, the blood on the
tunnel vision.
Exactly. He has his mind made up. He knows what he wants to do. Get in, get out, and that's it.
Would we do that? Do you think we would be like that? We as a collective, like where we just have tunnel vision and then there's chaos going on around us, like an apocalypse?
I think we would be, because think of it like this: you hear the ambulances going by and everything. Everything is really loud, and they're just carrying on conversation like it's not even happening. So we're like, okay, well, probably a car accident, probably a fire or something. No big deal. Things happen all the time, kind of thing. So it's like us being oblivious to the things that are around us, just as Shaun is oblivious to the things around him as well.
Man, we got to do better.
Yes, we do.
We got to do better. I don't want to be Shaun. I don't want to be oblivious to the apocalypse. I want to know it's around me and be observant.
But you know what, though? Even on the bus ride, where even before the apocalypse, you see all these people on the bus, and you see one person behind him coughing and sneezing. This is like pre-COVID.
Yeah.
And then you see this other person that's kind of laying on his shoulder. And I'm like, yeah, I understand what they're doing here. I definitely love it.
It's all seeping in. Like the movie is getting us ready for the apocalypse little by little. But of course, like Shaun, we're like, until the woman was in his yard.
Yeah. And let me just say this, though. I like the fact that this is taking place in England and not in the United States and the UK, because of the fact that it's illegal to have guns in the UK, right?
Yeah.
So now they have to find weapons to be able to take down these zombies. So it makes that much more challenging, and not only challenging, but also that much scary, because of the fact that now they have to try and figure out how to take down this girl. And I like how him and Peter are outside. He goes, "Hey, mate, yeah, there's a girl outside. You need to go check her out."
Oh my God.
And so he's like, all right. So they go downstairs and he goes, "Excuse me, miss. Yeah, is there a problem?" And all of a sudden,
no, there's no.
She turns around and she's drunk.
And then she falls on him trying to eat him. He's like, ha, 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 get her off me. She's drunk. I'm like,
and he's over there taking pictures.
Jeez. And then she's like,
And you know what, though? I like how he takes her face and turns it.
Stupid.
And So all of a sudden she starts wanting to attack him, and then he pushes her off of him and lands on a pipe, and then she just gets up like it's nothing. And Shaun's like, oh shit, this is a fucking zombie.
Yeah, but notice he didn't want him to say the Z word.
Right, don't say the Z word.
Back to what you were talking about with Romero coining copyrighting zombie.
Right. And I like the fact that they call them zombies in this movie, because it makes because I've been wanting a movie to be able to acknowledge the fact that that's what they are.
Yes.
But I like how Shaun gets out the cricket.
Yes, because they tried the records. Like, I was like, what are y'all doing? They're like, no, don't throw that. That's Prince. No, don't throw that.
These are limited edition records. Do not throw that away. What about the Batman soundtrack? I was like, do not throw that away.
Depending on which one it is.
It's the Batman 1989 one that he had.
Oh yeah, don't throw that one. No,
but he did anyways. And they have very bad talk. They're horrible at what they're doing. Like whenever it comes down to throwing
vinyl records at zombies. Who does that?
They do.
Who thinks of this stuff?
But I like how Shaun is like tough with the cricket. Like he's like a total badass with it.
Yeah.
And I also like how they go back upstairs. It goes, okay, so the first thing we do is we take the car, go to Mom's, kill Phil, grab Liz, go to the Winchester, have a nice cold pint, and wait for it all to blow over. How's that for a slice of fried gold? But also, too, that before that happens, Pete and him are both discussing what should they do.
Yes.
Right? And he's like, well, we need to go somewhere that's familiar. Well, he goes, I vote that we stay here.
So. He was like, no, let's just go to the Winchester. I like the run through. He was like, okay, like you said, we're going to do this and do that. And then you see it kind of played out. And then he's like, oh, I don't want to do that. He's like, okay, so this is what we're going to do. Do this, do that. And did that about 2-3 times until they figured out, okay, we're going to meet at the Winchester.
Right. Which is probably the most stupidest thing that you could think of, because that's like in the heart of the city where you don't want to be at.
They were like, no, the doors are heavy. We're safe in there.
It's like, think of it. We have beer, we have stuff that we can eat, and the doors are heavy. I'm like, no, dude.
Yeah.
And I also like how Shaun's also trying to check on his mom, though, too. And he goes, hey, Mom, what's going on? Well, Philip got bit, but he's okay. He's just feeling a little under the weather. And he goes, Mom, I'm coming over. No, just stay put. You're not supposed to be going out. And then you see the news bulletin is stay indoors, don't go anywhere.
Yeah. Yeah. He's like, we don't listen to the TV anyway. I'm like, what
do they know? But you know what, though? I love the TV stuff, though, too, because as he's flipping through the stations, it's basically telling him that there's a zombie apocalypse happening.
Yeah, throughout multiple channels. It's like London falling, and then he turns to another channel. It's like into an apocalypse, and then another channel. It's like basically telling him there's an apocalypse, but he can't really. It doesn't resonate until the woman's in his backyard. And he's like, oh, okay, something's going on. And then that's when he finally looks at the news and he's like, oh.
Yeah. And I like how they wind up taking his friend's car, the one that lives upstairs. They wind up taking his car.
Yeah.
And he's like, I want to drive, because he's going to be so pissed, but it'll be okay.
Yeah. He's like,
remember,
I don't think he's going to care anymore.
And so they wind up going over to Shaun's parents' house. And I like how it's this slow play-by-play of him trying to tell his mom, how's Philip doing? Oh, he's doing good. That's good. Mom, put some tea on for us, okay? And you already know he has a plan in his head to kill Philip.
Yes.
And he goes, why? What's going on with Philip? Don't worry, Mom. Don't worry. And he goes, we have to take care of him. What do you mean we have to take care of him? And then he goes, you two never got along at all. He goes, well, he touched me, right?
I know. And she looked at him. He's like, I'm sorry. That was horrible for me to make up. I was like, oh my God. That's Tim's horrible thing. I like too when they came into the house and he was trying to hit Philip upside the head. He's like, I'm sorry, Philip. He's like, for what? Oh my God. He hasn't turned yet.
So I don't think the doctor's coming.
Yeah, and then that, he's going back and forth with, I don't need no bloody doctor. Da, 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 da. I'm like, oh my God.
And then the mother's like, I thought you said the doctor isn't coming. He isn't coming.
But we have to everything to get him in that car.
It really did. And I thought to myself like this, okay, zombie survival 101, do not get in the back seat with the guy that got bit by a zombie.
Yeah, he got bit twice too. I think the second one accelerated it.
Yeah, it just went on ahead and opened it up even more because remember whenever the mom said, yeah, he got bit by a homeless person or something like that.
Yeah, and then the roommate, that time, he's like, what happened to your arm? He's like, I got bit by a crackhead. I was like, wait a minute.
It's completely normal.
I just got bit by a crackhead.
What if we went to the ER though? Is like, because you want to make sure that you don't have like hepatitis or anything.
They just gave him a bandage. He's like, I just got bit by a crackhead. They said it was all right.
No big deal. It happens all the time.
Which could give you an insight into England's healthcare at the time.
But yeah, and then I like also too. So now they're like, well, we got to take the Jag because now Pete crashed the car into a light pole, and Pete is like the last person I would want driving.
Yes, he deliberately crashed it so they can get in that Jag.
But then you finally get over to Liz's house again.
Let me in now.
Come on, let me in. I'm risking my life. I need to save you. And I like how Pete's like, she's your ex-girlfriend, mate. Why do you want to save her?
Yeah.
She's an ex for a reason. Just leave her be.
Love her.
And then they're telling him, no, you're not coming up. So he once again climbs the fire escape. I like how now he's making those grinding noises.
And they're like, oh God. No, it's just him. He's not a zombie yet.
And I also like how too, like once he killed his first zombie or whatever, like he removed his badge from the appliance store. He's like, this is who I once was. Now I'm no longer this person.
No, I am Shaun the zombie killer now.
But Liz is like, what are you doing here? I came to save you because I love you.
Yes.
And he goes, that's not what you said last night whenever you didn't pay for dinner or anything when you wanted to take her to Winchester. Because you're just saying that because you're in love with her. And so it's like the same repeated beat again.
No, I'm not. Who told you that?
But I like the journey of when. Okay, so after that one ends up happening, so unfortunately the revelation comes at the same time as an uprising of the undead who begin to. Okay, so another thing too is during their journey, Philip is mortally wounded but manages to make his peace with Shaun before turning into a zombie, forcing the group to abandon him, but in their car and go the rest of the way on foot. The remaining group finds the Winchester surrounded by zombies. But Shaun manages to draw the undead away while the others barricade themselves inside. Shaun returns to the pub, thinking that he gave the zombie the old slip. But the zombies followed him and soon break in. Barbara is shot by Shaun after becoming a zombie. David is torn apart and eaten. Diane charges outside in a van, attempted to save David, although it is revealed she survived. It dedicates to stay behind after being bitten, and Shaun has a final confrontation with zombie-fied Pete. So let's just talk about the fact that he had to kill his own stepfather.
Yeah, I do like the moment they had, and he knew he was going. He knew it was about time. It was the end. He's like, ever since your dad died, I just want to be a good dad to you, blah blah blah. And then he's like, oh my God, why are you telling me this? And then he died. He's like, oh, pull over. And he's like, Mom, he's gone. Gone. Where did he go? Is he in the car? He's like, no, Mom, he's dead. Philip's dead. He's like, no, he's not. He's right there.
Everyone out of the car.
We gotta go. I'm not leaving Philip. Mom, that's not your husband anymore.
And then he winds up killing Philip, and then they wind up going where this divider is, right? Where all the fences are.
That was funny because he was like, let's hop over. Smack.
He's like, how does it look over there, Shaun? And he goes, not good. How many? There's a lot of them.
Yes. And then that whole American Idol portion where they had to pretend to be zombies. And she was like, no, grunt a little bit more. Your eyes supposed to look vacant.
Stumble a little bit.
Funny. That was so funny. She was judging him. She's like, no, more. I need more. I need more passion from you.
But she's the director for the.
Yeah.
No, this is not believable. I need you to drool a little bit more, and then stumble a little bit, and then get back up, and then walk slow again. Yes. That's what I need from you. No. Now you're messing it up.
A good tactic. Just, because that's what Michonne did. In Walking Dead, she put zombie blood on her, and that's how she went through the walkers. But this time they had to get to the Winchester, they had to pretend to be zombies.
You know what that reminded me of, though, too? Remember that one scene with Rick putting zombie blood on the people of Alexandria, and then you have that one kid?
Ooh, yeah.
And that's what reminded me of that. Is like there's that one kid that just wouldn't shut the hell up and ruined it for everybody.
Yeah, I'm taking notes on all these zombie films. So I need to first kill a zombie and put their blood on me, and then practice my
zombie walk.
Yeah, yeah, practice. And then I need to silence my phone. Remind me to do that.
Well, I have some good news about that then, because their cell phone towers will be down, so you don't have to worry about anyone calling.
How did his friends still get good service?
That's what I want to know. Did they have like Sprint at that time or Verizon?
They were at the Winchester, and he was trying to get in, and his phone. And he's like, "Hold on, hey, what's going on, mate? Yeah."
Not right now. I'm in the middle of something. I'll catch up with you in a minute.
I would have smacked that phone out of his hand too and yelled at him. And it's like all these zombies staring at him like, we're finna eat you.
And you have wall to wall of zombies, and then Shaun just turns around and is like, And so he's like, okay. And then I like how he just stage dives like it's like a concert. He goes, all right, everybody, follow me.
Yeah, how did he get through that crowd first without getting bitten?
Me too. That's what I was wondering. He just Dave dives off the thing, but also to the guy, the stupid person, just got on my nerves. To be honest with you.
Yes, yeah, very much so. Especially the part, like I just said, where he was on the phone talking to his other friend, and then they're trying to get into the Winchester and escape these zombies. And he's like having a conversation. Yeah, mate, what's going on? Nothing much, just trying to get into the Winchester. Yeah, I'm still alive. How are you, mate? Blah, 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 blah,
right.
Blah. And I'm
look, like, man, I'm kind of in the middle of something.
And I mean, like I said, I would have smacked that phone and yelled at them too. But at least the zombies were polite to wait till wait till the conversation was over with him yelling at them.
Right? Because any other zombie movie, they would actually went on ahead and killed them. So at least they were patient.
Yeah. I think they just wanted to get in on it. They were nosy. They were like, oh, what's going on here? It's a fight. Fight.
But then you have that other douche that winds up throwing something at the window.
Oh,
and
the one that's in love with Liz?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
You have that ball bag. He winds up, goes, okay, everybody in. I'm thinking to myself, that's not going to work, right? You know that the zombies are going to be able to climb through the window.
But, hands down, my other favorite scene is when they had Queen on the jukebox.
Yeah.
And they were going to the beat trying to kill the zombie. It's like,
That's actually hands down my favorite scene, though, because it goes, turn the queen, long live the queen, or turn the queen down, and it's actually Freddie Mercury.
Yeah, it's like,
nothing but a good time.
Yeah. And they're like on beat trying to get this one big zombie. I'm like, why aren't you hitting them in the head? I don't understand.
Me either, because even the news reporter said you hit them in the head and they're dead.
Yeah.
And they're hitting them with pool sticks, throwing darts at them.
Everything but hit them in the head. He could have took the pool stick and stabbed him in the head.
Right. And I also like how Shaun just shows up before then, too. He's like, oh, Shaun, where the hell did you go? Because I told you I knew another way in. There's a back door.
Yeah, he drunk at beer. He's like, what's up, guys?
And I like all of a sudden, like his tie around his head like Rambo.
Now. The girl was throwing darts and he hit him in the head. It's like, what the?
But you know what though? I'm glad that they actually did that with that bit with the Queen music. I think it fits.
Yes.
I really loved it. I had a lot of fun watching that scene, and I like doing the beat for beat of them hitting the zombies as the music is playing with the beat. I thought that was actually pretty funny.
Which is something else I'm going to put in my how to survive the zombie apocalypse notebook. Play Queen and beat them to the beat of Queen.
Another one bites the dust.
Yeah. Dun, dun, dun. You ain't for the head though when you're on beat.
But yeah, then after that winds up happening, Barbara is shot by Shaun after becoming a zombie, and that was like the hardest thing for him to do.
Yeah,
was to put his mother down. And I like also too, whenever she goes into the pub, before she gets into the pub, she finds the flowers. She goes, I think these flowers are for me.
Yeah.
And I just thought it was a sad moment for him. And then I thought it would be Pete that would that would actually kill the mother for him, since they're friends.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I thought. I thought, well, since they have a close friendship, it's like, well, my friend can't kill his mother or anything, so I'm gonna have to do it for him.
Yeah. But that douche didn't even give him a moment. He was like, she gotta go, she got bit. It's like, it's my mom. It's like she's gonna come back, which I mean, that's what has to be done, but a little sensitivity in the situation.
Which is David. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And then David gets torn apart and eaten. Diane charges outside in a vain attempt to save David, although it is revealed she survived. Ed decides to stay behind after being bitten. And Shaun has a final confrontation with zombified Pete. Shaun and Liz, who have reconciled after the course of the day, survive and are saved by the British Army. But I also like how she goes, look, we have to survive because we're going to be together. Because, wait, I thought you said this was about survival. What do you mean by weak?
Yeah, she's like, then we break up. He's like, no, this is apocalypse. Like that's off the table. We're not broken up anymore.
There's no rules here anymore. There's no bystander.
No, we broke up yesterday, but we're going back together because it's an apocalypse.
I'm glad that's the stipulation right now.
Yeah. You break up and then the apocalypse happening, you back together. Yeah.
Right? No.
But Pete getting bit was the stupidest move. The old roommate was a naked zombie, another naked zombie, like we talked about. And he's like, Shaun, look who it is. It's Pete. And then he got bit. I'm like, now got Pete
did
in
he
a
say his
headlock.
cock is out or something like that? He said,
Yeah, he got Pete in a headlock. He got a zombie in a headlock. He like, ooh, look at me.
ooh, look.
He got bit twice. I'm like,
I'm sorry, but I would not have. We're gonna get into what happens to Pete in a few minutes because I would not have done what Shaun had done.
Yes. Well, yes. Yeah.
But what did you think about the whole British army showing up?
Yeah, I was like, where y'all been? At the last minute, hey, here we go. Just like in the first movie, last minute. Hey, here we go, boys.
After all the hard work has been done, now they want to show up.
Yes. And I heard the director, I think his name is Shaun Edgar, but you can look it up. He wanted to do an homage to Night of the Living Dead, but in a comedic way.
Right. Edgar Wright was the
Edgar
director.
Wright. Yeah, I was like, oh my god, okay.
Which I really love Edgar Wright's directing and writing because I liked Baby Driver.
Oh, he did that too?
Yep, he did that one.
I can see that.
He was also originally going to be the director for Ant-Man.
Ooh.
And over creative differences and how many years it took and everything, they decided not to go with Edgar Wright.
Yeah, they stole some of his elements.
Right. But 6 months after the zombie outbreak, society has returned to normal, and zombies have now become a part of everyday life, being used as cheap labor. Game show participants, Shaun and Liz move in together, along with undead Ed, who lives in the garden shed and has been trained not to bite Shaun. Though he comments, I wouldn't mind giving Liz a little nibble.
Yeah, it's Z-Day, 6 months after Z-Day. And I like how they integrated the zombies. They're like, they make great workers and they're on chains doing manual labor, like, and they gave them name tags. They're like,
They're pushing shopping carts. They're on game shows now.
Yeah, they're on game shows. It's like, yeah, they don't complain. They're great workers.
They're going to be on Nickelodeon Guts.
And the talk show one. He's like, but he's my husband still. It's like, do you go to bed with it?
It's like, ooh.
He's still my husband.
Oh my God. No. But I like also too how now you have his best friend Ed living with him, and he's playing the PlayStation with Ed. At first he was gonna go on ahead and bite Shaun, and then Shaun goes, hey, what did I tell you? And then he starts playing the PlayStation.
See, level one zombie. He's like, yeah, chained up, pressing B properly, B on the game controller.
Or X, trying to get cheat codes.
Never seen anything like that before. Would you, if your best friend is a zombie, right? Would you keep your best friend chained up and play video games with them?
No. As much as I get why Shaun did it though, because that's his best friend. That's someone that he spent his life with, and that's all he has left of his friends. So he wants to keep part of that alive, you know. But I'm sorry, I'm white, but I'm not that white.
Oh my God! Yeah, that's super white. That's British white. That's the motherland.
I'm sorry, Matt, which is my good friend from the UK.
Dang. Okay, he's gonna have a phone call with you. Why you gonna keep me chained up, bro? We can play
video games too.
Yeah, we can just play. You can just put me in the shed and leave me there.
Look at the garden. You know what? Now I'm having Carol vibes. Look at the flowers.
Look at the flowers. Look at the flowers. Yeah, I don't know, because I would look at them like my parents and my friends. And I'm like, they're not the same. I don't know if I can do it.
I don't think so. I don't think I can.
Yeah. Unless I chain them up, of course, and train them.
No. But anyways, guys, I think that's everything that we wanted to cover as far as Shaun of the Dead goes, though. But I do have something that I want to announce. Rossi will be back, and she's going to be back on. Matter of fact, she's going to be back tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, which is also 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time to review the film Purse. I'm also going to be doing a interview on the 26th tomorrow. On the 26th, and that's going to be at 8 o'clock Central Time, 9 o'clock Eastern Time for the director and producer of the short film Nasce, which is about the 442nd World War veterans of the World War II.
Nice.
So yeah, we're going to be doing that. October 25th, I'll have my good friend Soda on. We're going to be ranking all our Nightmare on Elm Street movies.
Yes.
So that's everything that's going on in the world of movie lovers unite. Go on ahead, give us a 5-star review as you wish. Tell us what we're doing wrong or tell us what we're doing right. We'd like to know. Give us a 5-star review anyways. Go on and smash that like button, comment below. Also buy some merch, and there's a link in the description below where you guys can get some merch. So that's going to be it as far as the show goes. Thank you so much, Tomeka. I do appreciate it, as always, being able to talk. You know what? You introduced me to 2 films this year, so you've actually done a great job on that.
Yes, and many more to come.
Yes, like Hot Fuzz.
Yes, please watch it. Oh, my God.
I will.
I can't believe this. This is
well, guys, it's time for me.
I would not keep you in the basement because you did not watch Hot Fuzz.
Well, shit.
Or maybe I would keep you in the basement. Like, we're watching Hot Fuzz again. You're going to learn.
You're going to learn today.
You can still do your podcast.
Well, guys, we hope that you enjoyed this review. And always, until next time, it's been a great and pleasure as always. And until next time, bye-bye.
Dang. It's still live.